Charlie Parsons Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. We're getting used to these walk and talks. Eddie, just done the fight day 5k. Good turnout. No, you're good. Yeah, it went well today.
Really good. I think that's the biggest turnout, right?
Yeah, well, Dublin was up there. Dublin was good. That was.
I reckon that was over 100 today. I thought it was great. I mean, great support from Moss Side Boxing Club, and what a beautiful day. What a great way to start the day.
I've got to say,
Go on, what are you doing?
I was just going to say a few. Well, I don't know, because you do these pauses and usually you speak.
Contemplating. When you talk with such wisdom, Parsons, you can't just blah, 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 you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to ponder the next sentence.
That's my cue now. So that was a quicker pace than usual.
Yeah, the calf is getting better. I had a good run yesterday. I think it was about 27 minutes, but 25 is my pace. Like that hurts a little bit for a big old guy. But 27's nice, and even Frank Smith now trotting up towards the 25s. Good run from you, Parsons.
Looking well. Got to keep it going. I woke up this morning, I wasn't feeling it, but we moved.
You know what? I'll be honest. I've had a bad couple of weeks in terms of discipline, but I've been travelling so much, and the problem is you go out for dinner all the time. I've had a bad calf. I haven't been able to run, and I've put on a bit of weight, and I'm a bit annoyed with myself. I went to bed last night a little bit angry and sad because I want to keep it going, and I have an obligation to my men's health readers. But as well, the column is all about being real with your fitness journey. Do you know what I mean? You can't. I'm never going to be a machine. I'm never going to have abs popping out of my stomach. But you just got to try and stay consistent. But I see the difference in how I feel if I'm not training. You know. And that ultimately affects your work as well, because you haven't got the same energy. I need to be, what we said yesterday about kind of getting rolled out. When they roll me out, I need to be on it, and I need to be on form. Can't be, I can try and blag it, but when I got my swag, Parsons, I'm unbeatable.
All right, let me ask you two things in boxing terms. Kyle, sorry, I know it's going to have to be a little backwards job, I think. Eddie, Tyson Fury put out a post yesterday saying a contract's been sent out to, I'll watch your back, to Anthony Joshua. How sensible is the contract? Have the team been able to have a little look over stuff?
Yeah, there's definitely no contract. He has not. His team have not sent any contract to us or Anthony Joshua. So I'm not sure what he's talking about there. But George Warren did email me on, I think, Wednesday, saying that we'd be interested to look at the fight for September. I then called George Warren, we had a chat, explained the situation. We're negotiating for the Deontay Wilder fight, we're waiting on a finalised offer, we're fighting in August. But, of course, the Tyson Fury fight is a fight that we love. It's a big fight, but I don't know, it's hard. When I talked to AJ last night, he says, isn't he fighting that Jai Opetaia or Dempsey McKean? His next fight is in Australia, isn't it? 2 days ago he was fighting Dempsey McKean. Yesterday he was fighting Jai Opetaia. His promoter said it's nearly a done deal. Then he's saying he sent a contract to us, which he hasn't. So I don't know. I don't think, for AJ's point of view, he's fighting in August and he's fighting in December. If that falls apart, he'll definitely look at the Tyson Fury fight. But I just don't think. He doesn't take him seriously, but I will take it seriously because, I've got a good line of communication with George Warren. It's a big fight, but there's nothing really to say, and I don't think there's any value in going backwards and forwards. I think it's important for us to clarify that they definitely haven't sent a contract because I don't know if he's trying to make AJ look bad or whatever, but in AJ's mind, he's fighting in August, then he's fighting in December against Deontay Wilder, but it's a massive fight, and if there was a chance of it happening, of course, we'd consider it.
You understand why, as boxing fans, and this isn't anything off your back or anyone, but we get a little bit frustrated and everything comes a little bit tedious now. I mean, how many times have we as media been asking you for years now about the Tyson Fury fight to sort of be back and forth in this position? Does it tire you out without any reality to it?
If you feel like that, imagine how AJ feels. Because AJ's never out there saying, I'm sent this, I'm going to make this, I'm fighting this guy, I'm doing that. He's just going about his business. So the problem is you've only got to look at the responses to Tyson Fury's post. People are getting tired of it, and we're getting tired of it, and we're just trying to achieve things that are achievable. We're trying to put a plan in for Anthony Joshua that's sustainable and real. And I don't think we can have any confidence necessarily in going into negotiations with Tyson Fury for a September fight when we've already got August and December planned in our minds. So, but at the same time, this isn't a backwards and forwards. Of course we're interested in that fight, and we'll have to see how it plays out.
All right, Eddie, just lastly from me, a lot of social media criticism off the back of the weight that Lara came in at. Look, I suppose for the two teams, where are we going, Kyle? For the two teams, as long as there's something agreed. But then there's also the argument, well, the British Boxing Board of Control said that Lara can't weigh anything under 128.5. Is there then an argument that it's sort of because of safety reasons, but then when Lara-Wood's fighting a guy a whole weight division bigger, does that not have a safety element as well?
I think a lot of it is in the detail of what was agreed between the teams. Ben Davison was adamant that certain things had to be put in place for him to be comfortable. They were put in place. There was also a conversation between the teams where, out of respect, the weights would be seen this morning without restriction, because no one wants a fighter not to be able to hydrate properly. But at the same time, I think Team Lara and Team Wood were a bit frustrated by the situation. Everyone wants it to be as even a playing field as possible. So all I can tell you is that Ben Davison was absolutely adamant that certain things had to be in place for the fight to proceed. They have been in place, and he's very happy with everything he's seen this morning.
Is that a rehydration clause?
Not really, because it's not. There's no limit to. It wasn't. You have to weigh this, because I don't think anybody wants someone to have to restrict their weight, and I don't think the board will want that either. So I guess call it an unofficial gentleman's agreement between those two, where it was like, I don't want you to think I'm trying to gain an unfair advantage, and I'll show you that. So yeah, I mean, that's one for Ben, but everybody is very happy to proceed with the fight, and Lara-Wood's very confident about becoming a two-time world champion.
All right, Eddie, top man as always. Kyle Codner, thank you very much for jumping in on the old videography this morning.
Cheers, boys.
Sweet, Eddie.